Details have emerged of a new specialist water pump helping New South Wales firefighters gain access to hard-to-reach water. Joining us live now is the Managing Director of Rapid Relief Team, Ron Arkcoll. Good to have you back in the studio, Ron, and it's a tough time at the moment.
Thanks, Tim. Firstly, I'd like to convey my heartfelt condolence to the families that have lost their firefighters in action in New South Wales and other areas of Australia. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their loved ones, their families and friends, but I was also thinking of their mates that they were with on the ground at the time. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well said, Ron, and I think that we're all in unison on that, absolutely. Now,
also, I'd like to give a big shout out to the hero firefighters that are on the ground today, giving up their time,
absolutely,
their family time, time of the year where they're spending Christmas time with their family. They're working around the clock, and they're doing it for the benefit of all Australians, saving lives and property.
Absolutely, and a lot of these people are volunteers, so they're not getting paid for it. Okay, let's get on to the water pump. Tell us about it.
So, fighting fires requires strategy and operational and planning. And what's strategic to it is being able to access bulk water fast, so they can get in fast to put these fires out. And what we've noticed, what we're hearing on the fire front, is the lack of water due to the impact of the drought. The dams have dried up, and these fire trucks are having to leave the fire ground, head back into town where there's town water, and the downtime, the turnaround time, can be up to hours.
Yeah, where time is premium, yeah.
Where time's critical. So RRT saw a need, and the volunteers from RRT, from the Plymouth Brethren Christian Church, we rallied to this and came up with a solution to provide bulk water fast. We've called it the rapid water system, and the main benefit of the system is that what was once inaccessible water, physically the trucks can't get down to some of the water holes, we've been able to design and engineer a system where we can drop a pump in, we pipe the water. We're using it currently in the Gosper Mountain fires.
Which is just enormous.
Which is enormous. And we're pumping water up to 2 kilometres from inaccessible water to an open clearing close to the road, close to the fire front, where the fire trucks can access it quickly, and we've reduced the turnaround time in half. We pump it to a massive 75,000 litre mobile tank. The trucks roll in. We can fill 3 fire tankers. We're currently doing it in just under 2.5 minutes. That's the big Cat 1 fire tankers that hold just under 4,000 litres of water. So it's in and out, 3.5 minutes, in, out, back out the fire front to battle the blaze.
Yeah, these kinds of innovations are vital, particularly with the new variables at play with what we're seeing here in front of us at the moment. Now, a lot of people don't think about those other very essential things like food and other things that human beings need, particularly when they're working in difficult circumstances. Yeah,
they're very important to giving sustenance to the firefighters. They're wearied, and currently RRT are engaged in New South Wales and Victoria, South Australia. In the last 24 hours, we've provided 3,000 meals, and we currently have close to 150 RRT volunteers on the ground providing those meals. So we're working around the clock too. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, supporting our hero mates, the guys that are doing it tough out there in the fire scene. We're trying to provide some sustenance, something worthwhile for them to come into, to have a feed, take a break, and 3,000 meals we've done in the last 24 hours.
And your team, the people that volunteer and do an amazing job, have been working on the drought and so many other things that have been affecting our nation.
Yeah, well, it's interesting you say that. This whole concept of the rapid water system has given us a bigger idea. We've been thinking the idea of piping and pumping water. I understand the desalination plants that we've got in Melbourne and New South Wales and currently operating in Australia, particularly the one in Melbourne, I understand is capable of producing 1.5 billion litres of fresh drinking water every year. So we've come up with an idea that we could pipe and pump that to the country. If the government could deploy the army as a coordination role, and a lot of people in the bush have lost their jobs because of the drought, they could coordinate jobs, provide jobs, and use the highways or the rail corridors as access to pipe and pump that water to the drought-affected areas. It'd be just it's an idea, but I think it's worth exploring.
Well, I think at these times you need as many ideas as you possibly can, and if they come off, well, that can help so many people. Ron, always good to talk to you. Have a nice and safe and happy Christmas with the family, and let's hope that conditions improve right across the country.
Thanks very much, Tim.